the true Stagonian ambassador, Dog Waters, and I'm back. And I want to know something. If you're anywhere near Houston, anywhere near Houston, I want you to holler at me because I'm trying to figure out these reports of green and purple lightning is true that I'm hearing from this hurricane, Burl. I'm getting reports of green and yellow lightning. Green and purple lightning. And I want to know if there's any truth to that. Because, see, something going on right now that don't make no damn sense. We got a Category 1 storm that made landfall. All right? We're going to have Category 1s forever. Get a little rain, a little wind, a little water. Power infrastructure don't go down. 2 million people don't lose power. And then, since when what people ate in Texas made people in Florida poop? Because now there's power outages all through Florida. But ain't no damn storm. Ain't no storm hitting Florida. Ain't no hurricane hitting Florida. How that work? What the hell going on? And I'm keeping it 100 with you. What's going on? 2 million people without power with a Category 1. And then I'm hearing people saying they was hearing demonic sounds in the storm. Growling. I just got the only place I can come get some feedback is y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hollering at y'all to see if I can give me some feedback on this, because this is wild. I've never seen anything like it or heard anything like it. Not necessarily the growling and the green and purple lightning. I've personally seen that and heard the growling in storms, but I'm talking about the power outages everywhere. If I'm not mistaken, Houston went through quite a few storms. Well, you would think that the infrastructure would have been upgraded to where just some regular high winds wouldn't do nothing. Now, I do know that Houston just recently went through a storm where their 1,200 kV power lines went down. Maybe that may be the problem. They had a high windstorm a couple of months ago, and the actual high voltage towers went down. Maybe that's what tripped and did it. Matter of fact, who working that boy died. That boy don't work out there. That boy died. I'm trying to think who else work out there in the woodlands. I want to know. It makes no damn sense. It makes no damn sense at all. So I came on here just to ask the question. Anybody in Houston, which probably won't make much sense because you ain't got no power, that means you ain't got no internet. But when your internet and your power come back on and you see this video, I want you to talk to me and tell me if what you saw and what you heard was weird and strange. We got high winds here in Arizona doing monsoon storms that were freezing. Yeah. All right, no doubt that was a weather weapon. When you go look at the original trajectory, which they were smooth about it on the news, original trajectory, and go look at the new trajectory, and you plot it, the storm was doing like this, and it was gradually turning. The storm did like this. It got to the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula, and did whoop. And that's what it was. But they give you this wide cone. So in your mind, you're looking at this cone, and you're like, yeah, it can spin, and it's got this space. Nah, that's a 90-degree angle. Oh, yeah, boy, you sitting there looking at shoulder. You trying to get your flirt on, huh? I see you, homie. So I'm going to get my flirt on with shoulder. You know what I'm saying? You ain't winning no dope. Yeah, you ain't going to win. Old man got her pushing a rope, but you're not going to win that. What's good, Money Mayweather? Money Mayweather. Were you in the chat earlier when it froze on me? Money. Did you still see people talking, or was it just frozen? You couldn't say nothing. Sorry, guys. I'm waiting on Money Mayweather to hit me back. We chatted, so y'all was able to chat. It was just froze on my end. That was wild. I mean, it was 200 people in that. It was just frozen. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Yeah, that was crazy. I think that's that algorithm coming in with that suppression. But I ain't really tripping on it. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's really going on in Houston. Girl. You know, see, this is the problem. Why would you even put them clothes on? That's crazy that you come out the house looking like that, thinking you look good in there. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. It's all the way crazy. Little Zulu Club ass outfit you got on, girl. Anyway. I can go ahead and announce it because I'm getting the recordings done for it. Yeah, people saying that the hurricane category 1 wrecked Houston. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How 1 wrecked them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What? My friend, I have something to tell you. I've seen with my own 2 eyes. And I didn't believe it till I saw this. I still don't know what it was, but only I saw. And no one else takes from me what I saw but you. Yeah. That's that bro, you don't want to get in line and tell me what you saw, dog. That might take 6 months. You might as well tell somebody what you saw, especially if it got to do with cryptids. Because if you try and get me to talk about some cryptid or some monster, bro, I'm hanging the phone on you. I don't give a damn about them things. Back to what I was saying. So I'm trying to figure out what the dealio is with this stone, and how it, the only other thing I could think of is it wasn't a 1, and it was higher than a 1, but the weather data was lying to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of that, don't none of it make no sense. To make sure I got my office key. Hold on. Anyway, he coming out for a smoke break, so he'll be out for a minute. If I don't have my key, I can go in behind him. It's funny, me and this dude take our smoke breaks at the same time. Every day. It's almost like both of our brains say, hey, I need a break. Get the hell up out of here. But nonetheless, something not right, man. Something is 100% not right. And it would be nice if we had some real media that would report on things. So I went to go look at the news stories. And so when you live through something like Katrina, when you live through Ritas, when you live through hurricanes, you know the news coverage that's real and that's fake. So when you go turn on the news coverage, they like to find a flooded spot, right? And they'll be like, oh yeah, this area is underwater. But it's typically a low-lying area. So for example, here in New Orleans, I-10, where you're leaving to go from downtown, you're going towards Metairie, there's this low bridge that you go under. And I mean, it floods all the time. You're talking about 12 feet of water accumulates there. So when it's a regular storm or category 1 or category 2, they're going to show that on the news. Oh, New Orleans flooding. But they're showing the place that everybody knows, unless you're a tourist. Don't go over there because it's going to flood. And if you drive in that water, you're going to drown because it's 12, 13 feet deep. But anybody who got common sense, you know not to go that way. It seemed to me that's what they was doing in the news. Because I'm not seeing like aerial footages of whole entire neighborhoods underwater. So I'm like, okay, it can't be that bad. But then where the power come in? So let's just factor in the fact that, okay, maybe it's that high wind event they had 2 months ago. Maybe it might have been less than that. Maybe a month ago that affected the power. But then it still don't make up for the reports of the growling, purple and yellow lightning, purple and green lightning. It just don't, I don't get it. I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I can't see the chat from this far away. And I don't feel like holding the phone in my hand. So the phone is way back there. If I was in the office, I could see everything you were saying. Now, if you type in capital letters, I might be able to see from this distance with my blind behind. You know what I'm saying? So feel free to make it bigger. See, I can see somebody said nah, but the rest of that is like something add up. So I'm assuming you said nah, that doesn't add up. I didn't start watching at 4 a.m. I watched the results of the day. You know what I'm saying? I watched now, not 4 a.m. unless that's 4 p.m. You start watching at 4 a.m. No, I didn't start watching at 4 a.m. What was going on at 4 a.m., Mud? Thank you. Now I can see you said no problem. But yeah, it just don't add up. It just don't add up. And like I said earlier, it didn't add up it being a part of the news cycle because it didn't push anything out of the news. And that could have been it. I mean, it could have been there needed to be a major event to try and push one of the top news stories out of the cycle, or a big enough event to push something out of the cycle. That would explain some of the other stuff that played out, that rolled out into the news events, which was, if you notice today, the big spark was Joe Biden's Parkinson's doctor came in and out of the White House 8 times, bada bing, bada boom. That could have been it. Somebody said they saw a UFO. Did you see a UFO during the storm? But it just, when you're trying to decode the news, man, normally you can see it. But I don't know. The storm just don't make no damn sense. And when stuff like that doesn't make sense at the beginning of hurricane season, it's quite frightening. You know what I'm saying? It really is, because there's no telling what's coming next. Got an interview with a gentleman today at 8 o'clock who wrote a book on Nephilim monsters, basically. I'm kind of looking forward to doing it. Um, I don't know how that conversation is going to go, but we'll see how it play out. We'll see how it play out. Because sometimes people get into Nephilims, and it just depends on what angle they take it from. From what I've seen, he's talking about the seed wars. But oftentimes, when you start going into the seed war aspect of Nephilim, you got to go into all these extra biblical accounts and then try and make them fit back into the Bible. And some of them were originally in the Bible and were removed out, but some of the stuff that people try and swing in there and ain't never had nothing to do with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested in seeing how the conversation go. Working on a night shift. Working on a night shift. says, you're in Lafayette, huh? 2 hours away. Almost no one in my city is this woke. I got people in Lafayette, homie. Oh my Lord, here go people with the Bible translation. It's flawed. Oh my goodness. It's always amazing how you can always find the person who the Bible's flawed. You can always find that in every chat. So they don't know between translation and transliteration. Two completely different things. But whatever, bro. I'm not even trying to have that conversation. I'm doing well. Chantel or Chanel, I can barely see your name. So why Houston? Why not Miami? Why not New Orleans? Why Houston? Why Houston? Is the question. That's what's been bobbling around in my head all day. Just boom, 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 boom. Why Houston? Could be money. I don't know. That's such a broad question. What are my thoughts on Houston, sweetie? I'm not sure what that means. Well, that Lexus look nice. That Lexus look real nice. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Why Houston? And line to establish a new trading exchange. Could be. It could be. It could be have to do something to do with the mayor of Houston. It could be a lot of different things. From a, and I said this earlier today, from a globalist standpoint, you wouldn't want to flood out a stronghold of the Democratic Party and get them hit them with too much stuff, because that's just going to affect your voting bloc tremendously. Unless Houston was, unless that's it. Unless if that storm takes that path and continues to strengthen and stay strong abnormally, like for example, normally a hurricane, for example, when a hurricane hits New Orleans, by the time it gets to the North Shore and gets over Lake Pontchartrain, it starts to die down. By the time it gets to North Louisiana, it's really just a series of thunderstorms. You know what I'm saying? If we see that storm do a whole bunch of damage along its track, spawning off tornadoes left and right and up and down, and people are like, oh, this is one of the worst weather events ever, then you know it was we know it's a weather weapon, but we know what the purpose of the weather weapon is based on who they target. It's kind of like those tornadoes that came through a month or two ago. It ran through everybody. Some of the worst tornadoes ever. And it was a tornado outbreak. A lot of people say, oh, this is normal. And then when you talk to people who were in the areas, they were describing purple and green lightning in the tornadoes. That wasn't normal. That wasn't no damn normal tornado. And they would tell you, no, that wasn't nothing normal about that. That's why I came on to see if anybody from Houston could say anything. But, I mean, ain't nobody on Houston going to be on yet. So, when you do click back on, and you're in Houston, I want you to comment on this. Tell me what you're seeing. Tell me what you're seeing. More important, tell me what you heard in the sky. Well, yeah, people seeing Aurora Borealis lights in Texas because they was using HARP, man. I mean, we know for a fact that that whole Aurora Borealis, where it was like, oh, you can be seen from down here. No, bro, that ain't how that worked. That ain't how that worked. That ain't never happened before. All of a sudden, it just happened just now. Then they say, oh, climate change caused it. Oh, really? Yeah, it is climate change because your ass changed the climate. That's one of the craziest things about this foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Oh, climate change is doing this. Yeah, it is because you changing it. With a whole bunch of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. Technically, they ain't lying. They just ain't disclosing the whole truth to you. Man, it's amazing. 5 o'clock must be close to 5. Got people running out of here like somebody pulled a fire alarm. You always tell who got the job and who got the grind. The grinders be going back at 5. People punching that clock, be like, oh, 5 o'clock, I'm going home, child. It's over 100, child. I'm done for the day. So yeah, man, I'm just trying to see what the deal is. That's all. I ain't about to be on here much longer. I got to go back in here and get prepared for this interview. Figure out what I really want to talk about. How far down this rabbit hole I want to go. Oh, goodness. This dude with this. Hold on, man. This dude here with this. With this video game development. It's a little bit on the disgusting side. Would be a great cigar line for James. I'm actually waiting on my cigars to arrive from the guys that I did a deal with. I don't think Texas is using science to solve its problems, bro. I really don't believe they are. You may see something I don't see, so I'm more than willing to learn from you, brother, but I don't think they are. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think they are. Cigar's almost gone. I need to get back on my grind. Got the key, got that. Might need to get me some coffee because it's kind of late. I didn't anticipate doing an interview until my sleeping time. You know what I'm saying? Because I go to sleep early. I'm be staying up late at night. If you guys haven't got the notification, go check the newest video. It talks about the smart cars and how they absolutely snitch on you. 100% your car snitches on you if you got a smart car. I mean, hands down, your car tells all your business. The minute you connect to it, now your car be like, oh, let me get access to your contacts. Let me get access to this. Do you want to log this in? Oh, they can jack all that data. All that's going to them folks. They're getting all your data. You know what I'm saying? Every ounce of your data they get. It's weird because it's not weird. I know exactly why, but it's one of those things to where if you know it and you see them pushing forward, you see them pushing forward the agenda of everybody need to have a smart car. Everybody car need to have this technology to keep you safe, to do this, blah, blah, blah. And all they're doing is infringing on your rights to privacy. And the craziest thing is, doing the reviews of the World Economic Forum, for some reason this clip with this young lady disappeared. She was talking about how nobody reads the terms of the service agreements when they get a device. And she was saying we got to do a better job of getting people to read the terms of service agreements in order for them to understand, so they won't be mad later at the data that's being gathered. And I started reading like some of the terms of the service agreements for things. And man, when you read them, oh, it's just hands down. We can take your information. We can sell your information. Point blank, period. Well, I'm lying to you. I didn't read the whole thing. I just copy and pasted it, dropped it in the chat GTP, and said, can my data be sold according to this agreement? And it was like, yes. And then it pulled out the section, and it was hands down, your data can be sold. And I asked what type of data it was. And in this case, it was brainwave data from a set of earpods. And I was like, well, that sucks. Took them, chucked them away, got me something with a wire on. That's why when you see me on videos, you see me with a wire in my ear as opposed to the wireless earbuds. Which I'm pretty sure if they really wanted to, they can have some kind of program that will still read it through those earbuds and get this connected to your phone. So I don't know if I'm doing anything to actually protect myself or I'm being proactive is all I can say. I don't know if that proactiveness is doing anything for me, but I'm damn sure just not being complacent. I can tell you that. I'm definitely not being complacent. So man, I don't know what else to tell you. There's a bunch of weird stuff going on. You got to keep your head on the swivel. I also need to get this out the car. My reading. Let's see what I got to read. My books for the week. Y'all needed a new notebook. I don't want to forget these, so I'm going to take them out. How many of y'all try and read at least a book a week or listen to an audio book a week? Yeah, I don't like putting the phone next to my head at all. I remember when I worked for Ericsson, we had these flip phones, the Nokias, flip phones. And that flipped down and the little receiver was a thin plastic. They had this big brick phone. And I remember talking on that phone and my whole brain feeling, my whole right side of what I used to do. Yeah, the whole right side of my head would hurt from talking on that phone. Then I got earbuds. And then my hand would get, like my hand would throb and hurt because I was holding it in my hand. I was like, man, this got to be burning me up and giving me some kind of radiation, man. It's got to be. So then started getting in trouble because I would turn that phone off and throw it in a desk, and I had my own personal cell phone. I was like, hey, if you want to call me, I'll call me my personal cell phone. It was like, look, you got to use the work phone. So I just forwarded that number to my personal phone. That's the way I kept them from giving me problems. And they'd be like, well, you don't use your phone. No, I don't use my phone because it's probably giving me brain cancer. I don't want your damn brain cancer. And in the meetings, they would say, oh, no, the phones are safe. The phones are safe. And then one day, my boss, a guy named Harjeet Nanda, I don't know if he's still there, but Harjeet called me into the office and he said, man, you know, I put a meter next to that phone to see how much radiation was coming off of it. And he was like, it's entirely unhealthy to have that phone next to your face. I said, oh, really, Mr. Harjeet? Like, I couldn't tell that by the fact that the whole side of my brain got hot and it felt like you were cooking my damn brain? Oh, really? And next thing you know, we had newer phones. But then I left about a couple of months after that. I tell you what's really dangerous. What's really, really dangerous is, if you ever been in, you probably, nobody, unless you either install cell phone towers or design cell phone towers and signals and coverages, then you don't understand how damn dangerous the radiation is from those panels that shoot out the signal. We were in Mobile, Alabama, and we had designed a network for Mobile. And you have like this fenced in area. They had installed the pole, and we were doing a test on a laptop. So it was a test where we were going to cycle it on, cycle it off, cycle it on, cycle it off. And there was a guy sitting in his truck. He had to be like 50 yards away, but that antenna array was pointed at him, and we cycled it on, and you heard him scream. Cycled it off. Cycled it on, you heard a scream. Cycled it off. And that dude comes running in there like he's ready to kill somebody. He said, man, what the hell are y'all doing? It's like, bro, what's going on? He's like, man, you doing a live test with me in the vehicle? And he started telling me all kind of crazy stuff. Like how his vision went blurry, and it was insane. And he wanted to kill somebody. Straight up, he was pissed. But he's the guy who actually did the install, so they know exactly how dangerous it was. So it's one of those plays where theoretically you know, but the guy who actually do the work, the guy who designed it, you know from book knowledge. The guy who put it up there knows from practical knowledge. And that was the gap between the book and the practical stuff having to clash right then and there. He was mad. He was pissed. I don't know if it did damage to him that could not be, fixed or anything like that, because, I mean, hell, I don't know. He was a contractor. I never see the dude again after that. But I know it had to do something to him. If the cell phone in my hand did that, damn antenna array had to do way, way worse than that to him. So I'm thinking, what kind of questions y'all got for the people who gonna do the guy who wants to talk about Nephilim? I'm just thinking this as we talk. As I talk to you, because you can't talk back to me. Thinking about the frame of this conversation to keep it from going off the rails. I'm thinking, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to frame it purely based on scripture, not based on the hardcore Gnostic BS that people like to jump into, and stay within those boundaries. If they are cloning from the DNA in the bones, did they make this with animals as well as humans? Some good questions. Let's see what I got 10. Working on the 9 shield. All right, don't have a pen, so hold on. Let me put this in my memory. What else we got? The AI crap fights me. Nephilim will be subject to learning from me. Giants. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. Would they be subject to learning from you? Is that what you're saying? Put that in all caps. I need you to put that one in all caps. Working on the 9 shield. Working on the 9 shield. Boom, boom. Oh, I don't know much on that. I got you. You're real late, homie. All right, so I can see shit. had the infrastructure business LLC. Macomb, Mississippi facility. Well, we know they successfully created hybrids because there was whole clans that were hybrids that the Israelites were doing battle with. That's why the Lord was telling them to rid the land of those people. We know he successfully did that. We know that actually did happen. For sure that happened. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give me a coffee. But if I drink coffee this late, I'm gonna be up way too late. I might be up until the. That's why I've been messing up money with me, whether I have some coffee at this time of night, this time of day, and I'll be up through every other gate, 12, 3, 6, just be sitting there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna go on the Genesis 6 narrative. I think the approach I'm gonna take is, where do people draw the line between having knowledge of Nephilim and worshiping Nephilim? How does he deal with, how does he balance that knowledge base versus the worship of them? Because what we see now as it pertains to Nephilim truly is worship of Nephilim. Like monetization and worship of them. Like you can give people information and knowledge, but it should lead unto salvation, not just knowledge for knowledge's sake. Think about anybody you know who got a head full of knowledge, just for knowledge's sake. Knowledge sake. Knowledge should be applied to something. It's kind of like the guy who said he had a company in Mobile, Alabama. Let's say he got all the knowledge to do whatever that was technical, but he didn't apply it to anything. That's just wasteful knowledge. And so that knowledge has to be applied. And if you can't apply it towards, what are you applying it towards? Is it applied towards understanding of your salvation, or is it just applied to saying, I know things? I mean, that's truly how you know the value of knowledge. It has to have an application that benefits you. Submit to you that majority of the Nephilim knowledge out there that people are talking about ain't applicable to nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to apply knowledge when you are alone and people fight you about it. I think that name says Isaac. Can't tell if it's Isaac Combs or Isaac Castle. Isaac. Your job is to tell them. And that's their decision to accept it or not. You understand what I'm saying? Point blank period. You tell a person what it is. If they accept it, they accept it. If they don't, they don't. That's on them. The burden comes when you try and carry the burden of the rest of their lives. Oh, it's important that they need to know this because this. No, homie. I'm going to tell you. I do it all the time. Right here. People are like, oh, Jesus ain't this. Okay, man, let me tell you something. Jesus is real. He died for your sins. You got a power and authority in his name. Accept it or reject it. The rest of it is on you. I done did my part. Everything else is on you. When I get to where I'm going for judgment, it's not going to be, hey, you had an opportunity to talk to Mark or Maz, and you didn't tell Maz the truth. Oh, I told him the truth, Lord. He ain't want to believe it, but I did my part. I'm done. I did what I'm supposed to do. The rest of that is on that person. Aggravation and frustration comes when you're trying to force it down their throat. No, tell it to them. Give it to them. Let them decide for themselves. They want it, they want it. They don't, they don't. That's all on them. And that's just that. If not, then you become heavy and you're burdened and you're upset. And no, homie, I ain't upset about your life. I did what I'm supposed to do. The rest of that's on you. That's how I handled the stuff with Dog Man. With people who called me and asked me about, oh, well, I had this activity on my property. I tell them do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Well, this person said I should do this. And this person, this interview, they said this. I said, listen, you asked me for advice. I gave you the advice. If I was you, I would do this. Now, you can take whatever advice you want. But I did my part. I gave you the advice that I know is the best advice for you in that situation. Now, you can practice it and apply it, or you can just bust a move and listen to somebody else. But here's what you're not going to do. You're not going to waste my time and debate when you call me for advice. So, I'm going to holler at you later. Peace out. Then I blocked the number and go about my business. You got the advice. Now, the fruit of it, try both of them. See what works. I know what I'm telling you work. But it don't work for other people. Now, what you hearing from other people, I don't know. I can't verify that. And that's kind of how you got to handle it, brother. And that's just that. Give people what they need. Keep it moving. Sometimes it take a while for them to realize that you gave them the right thing. They'll remember when the time is right. Or your seed you planted. Somebody else may reap the harvest. Somebody else may do something. But they'll remember. They'll get it. Heartbreaker. Beautiful. I just want you to know you're my favorite girl. And that's how you handle that. All right. Time for me to get off here. Just got to be saved for later tonight. How is the trajectory? Because you know it's coming for you guys. I mean, that thing should be about to hit Texarkana right now, bro. I mean, point blank period. I think it should be in Texarkana. Someone says, how do you know if someone is possessed? Talk to them about Jesus and see what the response is and see how visceral it is. It's funny, people talk about possession, and it's like the movie Possession, like The Exorcist. Your head got to spin around, and people got to spit out pea soup. Some people have a spirit of pride. Some people have spirits of anger. Some people have spirits of perversion, lust, all kinds of stuff. It's manifested in patterns in that person's life. You know what I'm saying? So you'll see somebody who goes through a pattern of where they try to remain celibate, and then it comes back and they cannot get away from it. It's always something going wrong in that area of their life. That might be perversion or lust. Some people have been grafted into witchcraft in their sleep. You don't know it. There's all kinds of stuff that happens to people. So it's not really a simple answer to that question. In fact, many times that's probably the most complicated question. The true way to know is to talk to them about Jesus Christ. An even better way to know and to see what manifests and where the hang-ups are. And then a better way to know is talk to the Holy Spirit. Ask him. He'll tell you. But ask him if he even wants you to engage that person on that at all. Because sometimes you don't even need to engage none of that foolishness on people. It just depends. It just depends. That's one of the lessons I learned from having my number be public. When I first started taking public phone calls, I had no clue. I had no clue about the demonic elements that were in the cryptid community. I'm thinking it's just a Bigfoot, it's just a dog man, it's just UFO, it's just somebody telling me. I had no clue the type of stuff that was attached to people into their lives. And I had no clue that those things had legal rights to that person until they started bothering me because I was talking to them and trying to help them. Then I started seeing weird stuff happening around me, and I realized, hold on, man, this ain't right. This is not normal. This is something spiritual. And so a lot of times entities have legal rights to people. They have a legal claim to them based on bloodline patterns or actual behavioral patterns of that person. So now you're coming into contact with someone that has a spirit that has a legal right. And the spirit is cool as long as you cool, come into agreement with them, and you know, they lie, you lie. They cheat, you cheat. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Oh no, don't try and get them to act right. Oh no, 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 we can't have you setting them free. No, sir. We're gonna come get you. And that's how it works. You'd be surprised. A lot of the attacks that I've had on YouTube were actually from me trying to look out for somebody. It was the people that I looked out for, tried to help. And spirits on them wasn't gonna let them people free, so they turned and they attacked through that person, through other people. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, that's a good question. It's a damn good question about the Nephilim, the dead Nephilim. Right? I think we need to define fallen angels, Nephilim, Raphalim, Goyim, so people know the differences. Um, that's a lot of stuff that's confusion in the air. I think we're gonna hit on the UFO report. I'm pretty sure this guy's read that report. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Maybe he just saw the news title or news article on it. I think we should talk about lizard people. Yeah, we definitely gonna talk about lizard people. And I think we're gonna talk about AI and the concept of vessels. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes. What I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna do an interview for sensational knowledge sake, meaning um, highlight wasteful knowledge. We ain't gonna do that. It's gonna have to be applicable to people's lives. Other than if I'm doing that, I'm wasting my. I could be playing Call of Duty DMZ and smoking a cigar. You know what I'm saying? I've slept with a light on for the past 10 years now. You need to listen to Buying Trouble. You need to go listen to Buying Trouble on this channel. In fact, you need to get off this live stream and go listen to that. Start with part 1, listen to part 30. To say you're not scared, but you sleep with a light on don't make no damn sense. That's a lie. A lot of people have things mess with them in their sleep. My advice to you is making a pronouncement to all things of the spirit realm before you go to bed. And say, hey, in the name of Jesus Christ, I bind every mare, every dream caterer, every flaming arrow, every spirit that would interfere with my sleep. And I bind you in the name of Jesus Christ, and then find scripture to support what you're saying. Say it, and then go behind the bed. And get you some restful sleep. It's one of God's promises that you're going to get some sleep. Not interested in dog man at all. Dog man, goat man, dog man hunting. Don't give a damn. Don't give a flying flip. Hey, love, how you doing? At all. When are you going to be in ATX? What's ATX? Is that Austin? Oh, don't worry about that. I'm going to be live the whole time I'm in Austin. Trust me. Live the whole time. Live for breakfast, live for lunch, live for dinner. My understanding is some people that say they have some things they want to say to me, so I'm going to give them the opportunity. I'm not going to like it if you take me up on it, but I'm going to be live. Why did you give up Dog Man? Because there's nothing else to explore on Dog Man. I mean, I can't. There's nothing else I can contribute to that subject. I mean, what else can I contribute to it? I was trying to what I've done. I give everybody everything. Gave people evidence. Gave people the best, most authentic stories, better stories. Don't make no sense. I think the dog man community, somebody should rise up out the dog man community and try and do what I've already done. And that's going to be that. So, you want to find out about Dog Man? Go back and look at my old interviews. Go look at all my old content. All your questions will be answered there. Jesse, just showing that you don't know nothing, even asking that question. Check out Johnny Cash Redemption. Is that a documentary? Money Mayweather on Johnny Cash? I fell into a burning ring of fire, and it burned, 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 and the flames is getting higher. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. What up, homie? Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. Peace. Red Skull smoking a cigar. Hopefully he's smoking a cigar. Any of y'all anywhere near Houston right now? Anybody? Anywhere near Houston? How do I feel about an alien invasion? I mean, hopefully they do invade. Nope. Waco, Missouri. Missouri. Dallas. Lenses in Dallas. Happy belated birthday. I know Amber's in Austin. Somebody's 3 hours away from Houston. Well, I don't think I'm gonna get a word back on this Houston thing for a couple of days. Somebody asked, do I have any apocalyptic dreams? No, I don't. Because I wash my dreams in the blood of Jesus Christ before I go to sleep every night. So I want to have my time in my sleep with the Lord, not with crazy stuff. I do not want my sleep to be destroyed by crazy spirits interfering with my dreams. And I definitely don't want to be coming to agreement with them in dreams for stuff that I'm not aware that I'm coming to agreement with. You know what I'm saying? So no, every night. And I break agreements with anything in dreams that is not of the kingdom of God every night before I go to bed and when I wake up. Just in case I have a night where I don't have a dream or I have a dream and I don't remember it. I'll be like, no, I ain't playing none of that. Because that's a real realm. A complete and totally real realm. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't play around with my sleep. I want my sleep. Especially after having a couple of years where my sleep was just messed with by spirits because I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't play with my sleep. I want my sleep. I want all my rest and all my sleep. Let me see what time it is. I think this starts at 8. Oh my goodness, that's so far from now. And technically, I've done all my work I really need to do for the day. So I should be off. But it's so long from now. Oh my goodness. Such a long time from now. What can I do? I do need to prepare for Wednesday night. I can go do that. I slept with garlic on my pillow today. Yeah. I don't know about that. Go ahead and try that garlic. See how that work out for you. That's called spirit appeasement. But go ahead and appease that spirit. See how that work out for you. I would like to be able to read. Oh, astral projection. I use garlic to cook. I don't use garlic to go to sleep. You might use garlic to go to sleep. I mean, if it worked for you, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Prayer is always powerful when you go to sleep. Prayers, Satanists will tell you prayer is powerful when they pray to their God. Everybody will tell you that prayer is powerful. Any person that deals with a spirit will tell you that prayer is powerful. I mean, it is what it is. It just depends on who your supervising spirit is and who you're praying to. What you're talking about with garlic is what I would call witchcraft. You go to a hoodoo practitioner in New Orleans, tell them you can't sleep, they'll tell you use garlic. They'll tell you use cedar. They'll tell you use all these different things to put you to so you can sleep well. It's the lowest form of tapping into the power that God put on this planet. And when you start dealing with just the regular earth elements. Is the power in it? Hell yeah. Would I advise you doing it every night? No. But like I said, that's for you to do. You gotta live your life. Just live your life. I'm thinking of another question for this guy. I really want to know more of the tribes that were blended with the Nephilim. Because that's something I don't know. I know a few. And I want to know about the giants that are actually like encased in rock. Like you'll see photos of giant serpents. It's a rock formation, but it's a giant serpent. I don't care what nobody says. It's a serpent. But it's like it looks like a rock formation. I want to know about those. Those are some good questions. And where would that come from? From a biblical standpoint or from his standpoint? That's some good questions. Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. Yeah. That's some real good stuff right there. The giant trees is a good question. Thank you. It's a bunch of good questions. Maybe I just do it live. Let y'all ask the questions. If I do it live, then that kind of messes up what I got planned for later. Can't do it live. I can't do it live. But yeah, definitely giant trees that look like mountains. When you look at them, they are definitely trees that have been cut. Zoop, like somebody cut them with a saw. So yeah, I'll definitely ask him those questions. I'm definitely asking those questions. Yep, I'm asking them questions. All right, I'm gonna hop out of here, go in here, figure out what I'm gonna do, and what else I'm gonna talk about. So I'll be prepared to talk, to lay out a frame for a conversation, so we don't be bouncing all over the place, going absolutely crazy. And I guess I need to get some coffee, man, because it's about to be late for me. I don't like drinking 2 iced coffees a day, but I guess I'm gonna have to do it. All right, y'all, I'm gonna holler back at y'all. Peace.